Terrence Terry Washington stood in his garage in South Dallas, Texas, holding a wrench in one hand and his phone in the other. The text message on his screen was from a number he didn't recognize. No name, just digits. But the message? It made his blood run cold. Your boy Anthony and your wife been meeting at the extended stay on Camp Wisdom Road every Thursday for the past 3 months. Thought you should know. Attached was a photo. Grainy, taken from a distance, but clear enough. His wife Rhonda getting into a car, a silver Nissan Altima, the same car his best friend Anthony drove. Terry's hands started shaking, not from fear, from rage, pure, unfiltered rage. Anthony wasn't just his friend. Anthony was his brother. They'd grown up together in Pleasant Grove, played football together at Lincoln High School, been in each other's weddings. Anthony was his daughter's godfather. They'd been through everything together: breakups, job losses, family deaths, 23 years of friendship. And now this? Terry looked at the date on the photo. Last Thursday. The day Rhonda said she was going to her mother's house. The day Anthony said he had to work late. They'd both lied to his face. Together. For 3 months. Terry set down the wrench, closed the garage door, and made a decision. He wasn't going to confront them. Not yet. He was going to catch them. In the act. With evidence so undeniable that neither of them could lie their way out of it. And then he was going to make them both pay. Before we go any further, I need you to do something for me. If you're watching from Dallas, Houston, Atlanta, Memphis, Chicago, Detroit, Charlotte, New York, London, Manchester, or anywhere else in the world, drop your city in the comments right now. Let me know you're here. And if this story grips you, hit that like button and subscribe to the Fiend Files. Because what Terry did next, it's going to blow your mind. Let's go back to the beginning. Terry Washington was 37 years old, a diesel mechanic who owned his own shop in South Dallas. He was 6'1", dark-skinned with a muscular build from years of physical labor, a clean-shaved head, a thick beard, and tattoos covering both arms. His daughter's name, Amaya, on his right forearm, a cross on his left shoulder, and scripture verses across his back. He'd built his business from nothing, working 16-hour days to provide for his family. He met Rhonda Michelle Davis 12 years earlier at a church picnic. She was 23 then, beautiful in every way. Brown skin like caramel, natural hair she wore in a short tapered cut, warm brown eyes, a bright smile, and a small rose tattoo on her shoulder blade. She worked as a medical billing specialist at a hospital downtown. She was sweet, funny, and she made Terry believe in love again after a bad breakup. They dated for 2 years, got married at a simple ceremony at her parents' church, had a daughter, Amaya, who was now 9 years old, bought a 3-bedroom house in Lancaster, just south of Dallas. From the outside, they were solid, happy, the kind of couple that made it look easy. But about a year ago, things started changing. Rhonda started working late more often, started taking phone calls in the other room, started dressing differently, more makeup, tighter clothes, expensive perfume Terry didn't recognize. She said she was just taking care of herself. Terry believed her. He trusted her. And Anthony Marcus Lewis? Terry's best friend since 5th grade? Anthony was 38, light-skinned with a fade haircut, a goatee, and a sleeve tattoo of playing cards on his right arm. He was a warehouse supervisor, divorced, no kids, and he'd been around the Washington family constantly. Sunday dinners, birthday parties, holidays. He was family. Or so Terry thought. Anthony had always been a little too friendly with women, a little too smooth. But Terry never thought, never imagined, that Anthony would cross that line. Not with Rhonda. Not with his wife. Terry didn't tell anyone about the text message. Not his family. Not his other friends. He kept it to himself while he formulated a plan. He started paying attention. Really paying attention. And the signs were everywhere. Rhonda's Thursday night routine. She'd tell Terry she was going to her mother's house to help with errands. But her mother lived in Duncanville, 20 minutes away. She'd be gone for 4 hours. What errands take 4 hours? Anthony's Thursday night routine. He'd text Terry saying he had to work late, overtime. But when Terry called Anthony's job to ask him something work-related one Thursday night, the receptionist said Anthony had left at 5 p.m. He'd lied. Terry checked the phone bill, found a number that appeared repeatedly, called it from a burner phone. A woman answered, "Extended Stay America, how can I help you?" Terry hung up. That was the hotel from the text message. He checked Rhonda's credit card statements. Found charges to restaurants he'd never been to, hotels he'd never stayed at, all on Thursdays. All around the same time, Anthony claimed he was working late. The evidence was overwhelming, but Terry wanted more. He wanted irrefutable proof. So he hired a private investigator, Calvin Ross, a 45-year-old black man with a shaved head, sharp eyes, a leather jacket, and a camera that could capture a license plate from 3 blocks away. "I need you to follow my wife every Thursday," Terry told Calvin, "and I need you to document everything." Calvin nodded. "You sure you want to see this?" "I need to see it," Terry said, "so I can know for sure, and so they can't deny it." The following Thursday, Calvin followed Rhonda. She left work at 4:30 p.m., drove straight to the extended stay on Camp Wisdom Road, parked, waited. At 5:15 p.m., Anthony pulled up in his silver Nissan. He got out. Rhonda got out. They hugged, kissed, right there in the parking lot. Then they walked into the hotel together. Room 118. Calvin took photos of everything. The hug, the kiss, them walking into the hotel. He waited. 3 hours later, they came out, both looking relaxed, satisfied. They kissed again, got in their separate cars, and left. Calvin presented Terry with a USB drive containing hundreds of photos, time-stamped, dated, undeniable. Terry sat in his truck in the parking lot of his shop, scrolling through the photos, and he felt something inside him break. Not his heart. His heart had broken the moment he got that first text. What broke was his restraint, his patience, his willingness to handle this quietly. Terry called his lawyer, Marcus Freeman, a sharp black man in his early 50s with graying hair, glasses, and a reputation for aggressive divorce litigation. "I need you to file for divorce. Immediately. I'm citing adultery. I have proof." Marcus reviewed the photos. "This is solid. We'll file tomorrow. And Terry? She's not getting a dime." But Terry wasn't just filing for divorce. He had something else planned, something public, something that would make sure everyone knew exactly what Rhonda and Anthony had done. That Saturday, Terry hosted a barbecue at his house. He invited everyone, family, friends, Rhonda's family, Anthony, everyone who mattered. Rhonda thought it was just a regular get-together. Anthony showed up like nothing was wrong, dapping up Terry like they were still brothers. Terry grilled, made small talk, acted normal, and then, when everyone was gathered in the backyard, plates of food in hand, drinks flowing, Terry stood up and clinked his beer bottle to get everyone's attention. "Yo, everybody, can I get y'all's attention for a minute?" The backyard went quiet. 50 people turned to look at him. "I just want to thank y'all for coming out today," Terry said, his voice calm, steady. "It means a lot, especially during difficult times." Rhonda looked confused. Anthony shifted uncomfortably. "Some of y'all know that me and Rhonda have been having some issues lately," Terry continued. "And I wanted to address that, because I believe in transparency. I believe in truth. And I believe that when people do wrong, they should be held accountable." Rhonda's face went pale. "Terry, what are you doing?" "I'm telling the truth, baby." Terry pulled out a remote, pressed a button. The TV mounted on the patio wall turned on, and there, on a 75-inch screen, was a slideshow, photos of Rhonda and Anthony getting into the hotel, kissing, walking out together, time-stamped, dated, set to music. The backyard exploded, gasps, shouts. Rhonda's mother screamed. Anthony tried to leave. Terry's cousin, DeMarco, a 6'4" former college linebacker with neck tattoos and a short temper, blocked the gate. "Nah, bro," DeMarco said to Anthony. "You ain't going nowhere. You owe this man an explanation." Rhonda was crying, trying to turn off the TV. "Terry, stop! Please! This isn't—" "Isn't what?" Terry's voice was cold now. "Isn't fair? You've been sleeping with my best friend for 3 months, Rhonda, in a hotel, on Thursdays, while I'm at work providing for you and our daughter. And you think I'm being unfair?" Anthony finally spoke, his voice shaking. "Terry, man, I'm sorry Sorry?" Terry laughed. "You're sorry? You're my daughter's godfather, Anthony. You sat at my table. You called me your brother. And you've been sleeping with my wife." Anthony looked down. No defense. No excuse. Just shame. Terry addressed the crowd. "I filed for divorce yesterday. Rhonda's moving out. And Anthony, we're done. 23 years of friendship? Over. Don't call me. Don't text me. Don't come by my shop. You're dead to me." He looked at Rhonda. "You got until Monday to get your stuff and get out. I'm keeping the house. I'm keeping custody of Amaya. And you get to explain to our daughter why Mommy couldn't keep her legs closed." Terry walked back into his house, leaving 50 people standing in shocked silence, staring at the slideshow still playing on the screen. Yo, if you're still here, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button. Smash that like. Drop a comment telling me where you're watching from. Dallas, Houston, Atlanta, Memphis, Chicago, Detroit, New York, Los Angeles, London, Birmingham, or anywhere else. Because what happens next? It gets even crazier. The fallout was immediate and brutal. Rhonda's family was humiliated. Her mother, Patricia Davis, a 60-year-old woman with salt and pepper hair, glasses, and a lifetime of church teachings, disowned Rhonda on the spot. "You brought shame on this family," Patricia said. "Don't come to my house. Don't call me. You're on your own." Rhonda's friends turned on her. Social media exploded. People who'd been at the barbecue posted about it. The story spread like wildfire. Dallas barbecue started trending locally. People were calling Rhonda a cheater, a homewrecker, a terrible mother. Anthony's life fell apart too. His family was disgusted. His job found out. Someone at the barbecue worked with him, and he was asked to resign for conduct unbecoming. He couldn't show his face in South Dallas without people recognizing him as the guy who slept with his best friend's wife. Rhonda tried to fight the divorce. Her lawyer, Jennifer Martinez, a Latina woman in her 40s with a sharp suit and a reputation for defending women in divorce court, argued that Terry's public humiliation was cruel and vindictive. Terry's lawyer, Marcus Freeman, shut that down. "Your Honor, my client simply told the truth, in front of witnesses, with photographic evidence. If the truth is humiliating, that's because Mrs. Washington's actions were humiliating." The judge agreed. Rhonda was granted minimal visitation with Amaya. Terry got primary custody. Rhonda was ordered to pay child support. She got nothing from the house, nothing from Terry's business, nothing from their savings. The judge cited adultery and awarded everything to Terry. But the story doesn't end there. Because 6 months later, Rhonda and Anthony tried to make it work. They moved in together, tried to build a relationship out of the affair, but it didn't last. Turns out, when a relationship is built on lies and betrayal, it doesn't have a strong foundation. They broke up after 4 months. Rhonda moved to Houston to start over, changed her name on social media, deleted all her photos, but the internet never forgets. Google her old name, and the first result is still Dallas woman exposed for cheating at backyard BBQ. Anthony moved to Fort Worth, got a job in a different industry, cut ties with everyone in Dallas. His reputation was destroyed. No one trusted him. Not friends, not family, not women. He'd betrayed his best friend, and everyone knew it. Detective Raymond Cole, a black man in his mid-40s with a thick mustache, a badge, and 30 years of Dallas PD experience, was called in when Anthony filed a harassment complaint against Terry. Anthony claimed Terry had incited violence by showing the photos at the barbecue that people had threatened him afterward. Raymond reviewed the case, talked to witnesses, and dismissed the complaint. "You slept with his wife," Raymond told Anthony bluntly. "He showed proof. That's not harassment. That's accountability." Terry Washington is now 38. He's raising Amaya by himself. His daughter knows what happened. She's 9, old enough to understand that mommy made bad choices. Terry tells her every day that she's loved, that she's safe, and that he'll always be there for her. Terry's business is thriving. He expanded to a second location. He's dating again, but slowly. He's cautious. He doesn't trust easily anymore, but he's healing. Rhonda works at a hospital in Houston. She's tried to reach out to Terry multiple times to apologize, to ask for forgiveness. He blocks her every time. "She made her choice," Terry told his sister. "Now she gets to live with it." The case became a viral sensation in Dallas, a story about loyalty, betrayal, and public accountability. Some people said Terry was wrong for embarrassing Rhonda publicly. Most people said she got exactly what she deserved. Terry gave an interview to a local podcast 6 months after the divorce. They asked him, "Do you regret the barbecue, showing the photos in front of everyone?" Terry thought about it. Then he said, "Nah, I don't regret it. She humiliated me privately for 3 months. I just made sure everyone knew the truth. She wanted to play games. I changed the rules, and I won." Thank you for watching, everyone. Whether you're tuning in from Dallas, Houston, San Antonio, Austin, Atlanta, Chicago, Memphis, Detroit, New York, London, Manchester, or anywhere else in the world, I appreciate you being here. If this story made you feel something, if it made you think about loyalty and betrayal, drop a comment below. Share your thoughts. And don't forget to subscribe to the Fiend Files, because there are more stories, more betrayals, more consequences, more truths that need to be told. Stay loyal, stay honest, and remember, betrayal always comes with a price, and sometimes that price is paid publicly, in front of everyone you know. Until next time.